This is a live that is inspired by Viola, but also by a book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Now, me and Viola were talking about it this morning about how you feel when you do something you don't want to do, and the confidence and inspiration it gives you to attack the next task or something greater than that, right? And I want to give you some takeaways on what we can best do to either, identify the bad habits that we're struggling with, procrastinating on things that we need to do. And I want to give you a couple of things that you can action right away. They're going to help you move forward in your weight loss journey, right? Number one is plan before you execute. We always, inside the MYM Club, we talk about food diary, we talk about the task for the week, what's coming up. You've probably noticed that when you get ideas that are exciting, whether it's weight loss, whether it's running, doing the couch to 5K, you're like, oh, I'm just going to start straight away, and unfortunately, doesn't help you get excellent results, especially long term. So it's important for you to write down what it is that you want to achieve. Write down your plans, have a clear, specific plan on how you want to achieve those goals, right? Systems and tangible milestones in place. So the reason we do this inside our program is that it helps you create a roadmap, keeps you on track because, okay, I know I need to take this step first. This is the step 2, 3, 4. You know what is coming sequentially. And we have a higher tendency of procrastinating when we don't have a plan written down. So if you're like, I'm just going to do, start weight loss, and you're just winging it day to day, you're executing, which is great, but you're not going to sustain it because you have no next step. You don't know. So when things get challenging, it's out the window, right? Start writing your plans down before you execute. Number 2 is prioritize your activities. Sometimes you could find yourself doing a lot of things. When you reflect on your activities, you've realized you've not done stuff that's going to move your weight loss in the right direction, or stuff that's important to you. To help you stay productive, you need to create a to-do list and arrange them in order of priority. Let's say your goal is 10 kilos by, let's say 10 kilos in the next 3 to 4 months, right? Let's say your goal for the day, right, is I need to hit 7,000 steps. I need to plan my food. You need to rank that in order of importance, right? To help you stay productive, you're arranging them and you're going, okay, the steps are the hardest for me because when I get back, I don't feel like it. So that's probably going to be my priority number 1. I'm going to front load that at the beginning of the day, right? Identify on that list what is important to you, what is urgent, what is important but not urgent, what would not affect your weight loss goals if you do not do them right now. TikTok, scrolling YouTube, Facebook, just scrolling nonstop. That's not going to impact your weight loss positively. Is there any tasks that are challenging but you can delegate? Answer these questions with yourself, and then reorganize your to-do list accordingly with what's going to help you get stuff done that's going to get you closer to your 5 to 10 kilos lost, right? There's also this thing called peak period. Some of us are most active in the morning, myself. Some of us are at night, some of us are in the afternoon. Like Viola's really active at night, right? When you're able to identify what time you're most active, you can move your most demanding activities to the time that you're going to be able to give it your best, your full attention, where you're in flow state. Sometimes we procrastinate because we're tired. Right? Not necessarily because we're lazy. That might not be our best period to do the most important things that are going to move us in the right direction. So what I'd say is move the things that are important to you to that time if you can, and the least important to the time when maybe you have a little bit of a lull in the day, right? I also want you to think about the good. The procrastination can also be constantly because you're thinking, oh, what if things go wrong? It's sort of trying to be perfect. It's good to consider the risks involved in every decision that you're going to take, right? Including investment in yourself. Don't be a pessimistic person. But think about the possibility of getting what you want, right? If I get 5 to 10 kilos off, how fucking awesome am I going to look in that dress, right? How amazing will I feel with myself if I accomplish a 5-kilometer straight run without stopping? I haven't done that for a decade, right? If it's something you want to do, but you're scared things will go wrong, change that mindset and think, what if it actually works out way better than I imagine? How does that create the vision that I have for my life, right? Thinking this way, I find, helps motivate you to face your fears, take that bold step towards whatever it is that you're trying to tackle. Like if you've been struggling with decades for your weight loss, that you can do it. Like obviously those years have added up that have attacked your self-confidence, that have attacked your ability to believe that it's possible. You can do it. We hear about a lot of the women that we speak to talking about motivation, right? You need to stop waiting for motivation. You need to train yourself to get up and put in the work day to day. Work those extra 20 minutes for an extra 1,000 or 2,000 steps. Do the hard stuff. Put your best foot forward, right? If you put in the time and effort to complete, for example, if we just use the MYM Club for a while, if you put in the time and effort to complete your non-negotiables day to day that we have set for you based on your specific goals, based on your routine, your lifestyle, and you put that time in, you will get results and you'll be empowered to achieve whatever it is that comes after that. Let's say you get to your goal weight, then you're like, holy shit, let's take on the world. Because we had a client, Natalie, who's still coaching with us, like she's lost nearly 50 pounds, and it's given her the confidence to ask for a promotion. She got it. Right? She goes, and we have a screenshot. I would never have done this if it wasn't for you giving the confidence back. Think about what is possible when you're feeling the way that you want to feel. Part of the program that we have is obviously accountability and being disciplined. Nothing great is easy to achieve. It would cost you some extra time, money, resources, but you've got to do it if you want to achieve those goals, right? If you want to live an ordinary life, do not work on yourself. If you want to be great, surround yourself with people who are achieving good things, right? In our program, for example, people are wanting to be the best version of themselves. So turn your dreams, whatever that may be, into reality by being disciplined enough to get up every day and put in the work to your weight loss, to your 5-kilometer run, whatever that is. And then I think the last thing I want to talk about is, what is that one thing or two things that you've been running away from? That task that you keep procrastinating on, that won't go away, and you just need to face it and do it. And this is where, this is a Brian Tracy inspired sort of quote. He says, like, you start with the biggest frog, tackle that biggest frog first. That is the biggest task that you're afraid of. So eat that frog, and then you can take some steps and start eating, the smaller frogs. When you're able to eat that big one, you're far more motivated to eat those smaller ones. If you found this valuable, just let us know in the comments by typing value. I think that it's really important that you're hearing that whatever you want to achieve, if it's 10 kilos, 20 kilos, 50 kilos even, it is possible. You just need to have a plan and execute to start with. All right. Don't just start running away with, I've got this idea and I'm pumped off motivation. I'm going to go for a walk. Okay. Sit down with yourself. That's great that you have motivation. Sit down with yourself. Plan what's coming up, right? What is happening for me this week? What do I need to do? Okay, for me, I'm probably doing about 3,000 steps. I probably need to bump that a little bit. I need to look at my food. How am I going to sort out my food? Am I going to follow a particular diet? The diets haven't worked for me in the past. That's probably not the best approach. Okay, is there another solution I can do that's going to make it more sustainable so I can eat meals with my family, right? This is really important. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a Mindset Monday so you can attack the week to have the best week possible. If there's any questions, let me know. I was just going to quickly read any sort of comments. Vicky says, this is crucial. It's easy to revert to negative. 100%. You've got to think we are mentally, as a species, negatively biased, right? So there will be more anything. Let's take the media, for example. Every time that you flick the news on, probably 70% of the media stories are negative because they get the most clicks, right? You never see, old lady saved from burning building as often as you do, earthquake has killed thousands, all of these. And as sad as it is, the negative stuff just gets our attention. So we're super focused on it. So the media would just keep pumping out negative stuff, right? Because we have a negative bias. So once you, and everybody has that. some of us are better at kind of deflecting that and just focusing on the positives. But it's important to kind of recalibrate that every day. I think recalibrate that, and the way that we do that is something called morning pages that that Viola introduced me to. You're welcome. Someone saying thanks. Sometimes I have breaks from news. Yeah, I think it's really important. I think it is too much. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Patty. Hello, and hey, Sharon. Hey, Therese. I didn't see you there. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to give you a bit of inspiration. Get your job done. Get the job done today. Have an amazing week, and I hope that it is the most sunniest week for you all. So you get your steps up. Get going on your goals. If there's anything that you need from us NYM Club members, obviously just message us. And if you're not watching this and you're not part of the NYM Club, you feel free to ask any questions. We're happy to kind of help out. If you're interested in our coaching, obviously just drop us a message, drop me or Viola a private message and say, hey, what is it that you do inside the NYM Club? And we'll kind of detail if it is something that we can help you with. Hello, Kathy. Pleasure to see you here. Patty's crushing it, by the way, maintaining. She's got to her goal weight and she's maintained that for months now. It's probably about 6 weeks now, which is amazing. Very inspirational, Patty. Yeah, if there's any sort of questions that anybody has, let us know. I will love you and leave you. Hope you have a fantastic week. Speak to you soon. See you later.